Hello, good afternoon and welcome to my channel. Welcome to Devon in the southwest of England. Today I'm going on a steam train ride and we're going from Paignton out to Kingswear, then getting a ferry across to Dartmouth where we will then go on a hike. So there you go. Let me show you the train. So this is very exciting for me. Today I'm on one of the most gorgeous hikes I think I've ever been on. I'm not sure exactly where we're going, but we caught a steam train from Paignton to Kingswear. I had to think then because I was saying Kingswear and it's Kingswear they call it, I think. And then we got a ferry across to Dartmouth and now we're on a hike. We're currently heading towards Dartmouth Castle. And it really is unbelievably beautiful, and the weather is getting better. So it started off cloudy and misty, but it's now clearing and we can see some blue sky, and soon I'll be taking this jacket off and enjoying the warmth of the sun on my arms. So I'm climbing a very steep hill now, but it does at least mean it's quieter. There aren't so many people willing to take on this challenge. And the main thing I wanted to tell you about today, whilst sharing with you this incredible scenery, is that I'm going to take a little break from YouTube. Not long, just a few weeks. But I have, as you know if you've watched previous videos, been considering my options, and what I've noticed is that technology, and in particular YouTube, has taken over my life a little bit. So it's like I've become a digital addict, constantly checking my phone, trying to see how many people have viewed my video or how many people have liked it, how many subscribers I've got, trying or hoping to get to this sort of magic number of 500, which would then mean I would be eligible for some kind of payment. Don't know how much, but it sort of felt like it was a milestone I was heading towards. But my numbers have dropped off recently, so maybe the subjects I've picked to talk about have not been quite so interesting. But what I've noticed is it's been a bit of an emotional roller coaster ride, really. You know, there's been moments of real joy. I don't know, when I've received positive feedback or when I've seen that people are really connecting with what it is I have to say. When I see that my videos are resonating with other people all around the world who have been facing similar challenges. And I've really enjoyed all that I've been learning through the process of making these videos over the last, I don't know what it is, 9-10 months. And I'm very grateful for the fact that I've not been bored. So I gave up work last October, and I think without YouTube I would have been very lost. But YouTube, you know, the making of the videos, the preparing for them, doing all the editing, uploading them, describing, writing up the description and so on, and replying to all the comments has given me a sense of purpose, really. It's filled my days, it's made me busy. But when combined with all the relentless checking of my phone for updates and for progress, looking for those, is it dopamine hits, then there hasn't been much room left for anything else in my life. And that has been causing me to at times feel a bit depressed, a bit frustrated. And it's one of those habits that I need to break. In addition to that, I've had these other projects, in particular my memoir, that I really should have finished by now. So I sent out a final draft of this, a proof copy, to my family more than a year ago, and I've not done anything with it since. And that's starting to bother me, and I'm starting to think, if I want a digital detox, if I want to break from all of this constant checking of the phone, then maybe what would be a good thing to do is to sit down and write, because writing is a very soothing, therapeutic process. It takes you away from all the stress and anxiety of social media. You really have to focus, and I think it could be good for me, and it would be wonderful to just finish off that project, put it to bed and move on. And so what I thought I would do, a couple of things. I need to declutter my room a little bit, which means getting on top of some of my admin so that I have a nice clear desk. I need to buy myself a comfortable chair, perhaps a second-hand one, I'm not sure. And I need to make that room my home for the next few weeks to really knuckle down and finish off the book. And when it's done, then I'll come back to YouTube, because I don't want to give up on YouTube. I really am enjoying it. But my current lifestyle is draining me of all my energy and my focus, and I feel like at the moment I just don't have the right priorities in life. So I hope you don't mind. I hope you stay subscribed and stick with me, because I will be back, and I will let you know when my book's available. I might also do some really short videos or little posts on YouTube with some written updates and pictures. So I'll try and avoid going completely quiet, but I definitely need to back off a little bit from all of this. And maybe one thing that's brought this to light is my YouTube channel has shifted a little bit from being like a vlog where I just give a few casual, informal updates about what I've been up to a channel where I try and tackle some important issues in my life to help other people. So I've talked recently about the challenges of moving abroad, the sacrifices we have to make. I've talked a lot about my physical and mental health. My most recent video I made, which at the time of me recording this now I've not published, but by the time you watch this it should have been published. That was a video talking about how I once hit rock bottom and how I rebuilt my life after being in such a desperate kind of rut in my life. And these videos have been very interesting for me to make, but they have been a big challenge, and at times I've questioned why I'm doing it. At times I've questioned, why am I making these kind of videos? You know, it almost feels like I'm selling my soul, because I'm giving away very private, or I'm telling very private stories about my life. And of course I have reasons for doing it. I hope to help others. I want to grow my YouTube channel. I want to show my family that we are resilient people, versatile and willing to take on new challenges, because life is tough and we need those skills and characteristics. Oh, I'm right at the top of a very big hill now, you see. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of breath. No wonder it's quiet up here. Oh gosh. Yeah, so I've loved making these films, but there have been times when I've had real doubts and wondered why am I sharing all of this with the world. and then I kind of look for wow, I'm just looking at an incredible view now. I'll turn around so you can see. In fact, there's incredible views all around me now, but you can see maybe Dartmouth behind me. I can't quite see the little screen, but hopefully you can see that. Yeah, so because I've been putting so much into these films, I've been looking for some positive feedback that reassures me it is worth all the effort and that what I'm doing is appreciated. And that's fed into my addiction, really. And if you look at the number of hours that I have spent on my smartphone every single day, then it's frightening. It's enough hours to provide the capacity for me to hold down at least a part-time job, maybe even a full-time job, I don't know. And I had another thought as well about these sort of, you know, a part-time job, for example, as an alternative to YouTubing. Now, if I worked, I don't know, at the local railway station, I always sort of seem to veer towards trains. If I worked at the local railway station, just helping out on the platform, then it's quite probable that I would be helping, I don't know, 50, 100 people a day to get onto the right train, to get on and off the train, maybe if they have mobility issues, to show them a friendly face when perhaps they're a bit worried about whether or not they've missed their train or whether they're getting on the right train. And so all these interactions with people are meaningful, and serving our fellow human beings is surely part of our purpose in life. And if I had a part-time job doing that, serving 50 people a day, then I could argue that that is far more valuable than checking my smartphone every 2 minutes to see if I've got some more likes on my video. So there's something out of kilter. There is something that's not properly in tune with my values and with my purpose. And I think the way to get some clarity around that is to break the habit and try a different way of living my life and see how that works out. And rather like I did with alcohol, when I stopped drinking alcohol, I first broke the habit, and then when I went back to drinking alcohol, my relationship with it had changed significantly. So that, for example, now I only have a drink once in a while. And that's where I'd like to get to with my smartphone, with my YouTubing, with social media in general, is that I continue to allow space for it in my life because I see many benefits of technology and of the internet and of YouTubing, but that I get myself into a position where I'm in control. Because I once heard someone say that technology is a wonderful servant but a terrible master, and I think I've allowed technology to become my master and to take control of my life and take it in a different direction, to the direction I think it should be going in. So yeah, as I say, I hope you'll stick with me during this little break that I'm going to take. I will be back, and who knows, maybe maybe because it is some form of addiction, I might even be back sooner than I think. I might be publishing a video in another week, and then you know that I have a problem, but we'll see. So but yeah, so anyway, it's been a fantastic 10 months making these videos. For those of you who have subscribed and watched my videos and given me encouragement with your comments and likes, then I'd like to say a huge thank you to you. And I really hope things are going well for you, and that life is being kind to you. And yeah, well, we'll catch up again soon. And I reckon it'll be about 4 weeks, because I don't want to be away so long that I become forgotten. So my target is in about 4 weeks is to publish another video and then to take it from there. Okay, so anyway, I will now join my wife on this hike and share with you some of the scenery. And yeah, we'll talk again soon. So take care of yourselves. All the best. Bye.